Whoa, let's start the cheering. Whoa, let's get the cheering going. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to get the cheering going. I had to get the cheering going. Why? Because I'm back, baby. And we're back on Monday. I'm actually enjoying this. This is actually my third time doing a live broadcast on on Podbean. For those of you that listened to the last two shows, thank you. Hope you come back. Because essentially when you go on live on Podbean, you have to give people an opportunity to catch up to you. You know, the notification goes out. People have to notice it on their phone or notice it on their computer uh, before they call in, before they listen, or before they log into the chat. You know, because the thing is, I come from a world of comedy, of live comedy. You know, and when you do live comedy, man, and you move over to this kind of thing here, it's a whole different thing because, hey, Anthony is in Denozio. Hey, all right. All right. Thanks for popping in. Come from a world of comedy. See, in comedy, you get feedback immediately. Immediately. You stand on that stage, man, and you tell your jokes and you get feedback immediately. Hopefully it's laughs and not something thrown at you, but you do get feedback immediately. Gio Mero, hey, what's going on? Glad you popped back in. And so I moved over to this thing here, and you move from, hey, what's going on? How you doing? You move from podcasting, you move from stand up back to podcasting, and podcasting. Basically, no one responds because they can't respond because you're recording it, and they pick it up later on. So now, oh, thanks for sharing, Gio. And now that I'm here doing podcasting, I moved over to this live thing, which is fantastic because you want to do live broadcasting because I like to interact with the people, you know, which is basically what I'm going to, because what I'm planning on doing is doing an episode of this on Monday nights at 10 o'clock. That's what I'm planning on doing. So I'm hoping that everybody that's here and everybody listening to this when I broadcast it later on as a podcast, I hope you'll join in as well. And now that I have some people here, I got Anthony and I got Gio here. Now that I got you here. Oh, okay, Anthony. I see your secret there. That's an old buddy of mine, actually. I didn't recognize you. There. Okay, so this is what I want to ask you guys, and I don't think I'm a bad guy for this. I really don't, but. Hey, Gio and Anthony, the Gio and Anthony and S. Anthony show. Uh, I got to ask you this, and I don't want to feel like a bad guy for feeling this way. I ran into an ex-girlfriend, and I've had a few ex-girlfriends, okay, over the years, and 99% of them I'm cool with. We're actually friendly. So much so that if I run across them with whoever they're seeing at the time, everything's cool. If they run across whoever I'm seeing at the time, everything's cool. You know, even if it was kind of a bad breakup, not like horribly bad, but no breakup is good. I mean, you guys have broken up with people. It's never fun. You're never going, you know what? I really enjoyed your company. I love spending a lot of time with you. I love having sex with you. I was wondering if we could stop that right now and I could have no one to have sex with and be talking to myself. No, you don't choose to do that. So, okay. I ran into an ex. This is the one that cheated on me. All right. Is it bad to want the person that cheated on you to do worse than you? Well, no, not even worse than you, than to just do badly? Tell the truth. Gio says no. Anthony, come on. Tell the truth. As if you feel bad, Anthony goes no as well. Now, here's the thing. And I'm glad you said no, because I don't feel guilty exposing this now. I did want her to do worse than me. All right. But as it turns out, she literally did worse than I wanted her to do. Right? So, like, if she was doing worse than me, I would have felt a little guilty. You know, I might even enjoy it a little bit. But she was doing worse. worse than I wanted her to. Here's what happened. On my podcast, on this channel, I told the story, and I fictionalized the things that happened to me in life. I change the names, and sometimes I'll change the location. I'll change the dates because I don't want to break anyone's privacy. All right. But I do talk about these things. In the podcast, when I turned it into a comedy sketch, the comedy sketch was basically I ran into her at a local store, and she had a child that was roughly the age of our breakup, meaning we broke up 10 years ago and the child is 10. And in the comedy sketch, it turns out that the kid was not mine because the dates didn't line up. And as it turns out, she had been getting it on with the other person after we broke up in the comedy sketch. In real life, I did the math, and I knew her well enough to know that she didn't just go to bed with people. She really did. She didn't even do the one night stand thing. So knowing the amount of time it takes her to become physical with someone, it became readily apparent based on the age of the child that she was with, that she was already getting it on with that guy and got pregnant by that guy while we were together. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to use some of my damn sound effects. Hold on for a minute. Hey, you know what? This is the first time Gio, Anthony, here's the sound effect that goes with that. Anthony goes, kid is not my son. Gio says, love the sound effects. Now, as it turns out, the child obviously is not mine, because she was probably maybe a month pregnant when we broke up. Okay. But the thing is, she was with the guy for a while. I've actually got to see the dude that she was cheating on me with and got pregnant by. You will never guess what this guy was like. I'll give you an opportunity. And for those of you that are listening later on, Gio Mero and Anthony are actually in the chat conversing with me that way. That way I'm going to read what they say. Here's what was the unique thing about this brother. He literally, if he was standing next to me, you would think he was my brother. That's how much alike we looked. This dude was literally the dollar store version of me. If you took me and took everything about me that made people laugh, if you took my swag, if you took my charisma, if you stuck a pen in me and sucked out anything cool, it would be this bastard. Right? And she's looking miserable. She's looking horrible. Not bad horrible. I mean, she still looked good. But I mean, she was looking, hey, Vinny, she was looking miserable. And I started to feel bad because she's looking at me and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me and I'm looking at her, and I'm going, Remind me of that Dave Chappelle sketch, excuse my language. And it was at that moment she realized she fucked up. That's what I'm talking about. So, well, the thing is, I don't have any children, but at least I now know what a kid with her would have looked like, because that bastard looked just like me. But I don't think it's a bad thing, and I don't think it's weird I feel guilty, really, kind of enjoying the fact that she effed up. Because none of my ex-girlfriends looked anything like her. And if actually we light up all of my girlfriends, none of my girlfriends look alike at all. I don't know what the hell's wrong with. I think I'm more of a personality type of person than the kind of person that, based on what the person looks like, to be honest with you. Gio says, same here, and, I mean, I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to do mean things to anybody. I'm the kind of person that likes to pay things forward. You know what I mean? If I see somebody that needs help, I try to help them. I like to pay things forward, and don't you feel better when you do something nice for somebody, even if it's something small, like when you do the big, giant, nice things. That says, Vinny says, for me, the balance of looks or the balance of good heart is nice. And Gio Mero says, most definitely. I mean, even if it's something too much sauce keeps going on, too much sauce. Gio says, love to help out. Hey, Sauce. I'll put it to you this way. I like to pay it forward. Here's the thing, and this will just give you a small indication of what I'm talking about. And Vinny says being of a helpful nature is nice. This is the thing I'm talking about. You ever just been say you walk into the elevator, right? Walk into the elevator, you're minding your business, and you see somebody that really needs to get to that elevator. Now, you are kind of back in the cut in the elevator. They can't really see you, and you kind of turned in a way where they can't tell. Like they would literally think that you didn't see them, but you stick your hand out, bam, and you grab the door, and they get in the door. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Oh, God. Oh, this is great. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Thank you for helping me out. And you feel good for a little while. You feel good, don't you? But let's be honest. There's that other side to all of us. We like to pay it forward when we get a chance, but there's that other side to us. I already told you about the girlfriend and not feeling bad because the dude was the discount version of me. No, not the discount version, the dollar store version of me. Yeah, I said it. But when somebody comes to that elevator, you ever have somebody come to the elevator and you know damn well you ain't holding the door for that bastard at all. In fact, you slide your hand over to the side a little bit to hit that door close button and you hope their neck gets caught in it. Yeah, I know. Don't act like you don't feel that way. You don't have that vengeful side. Anthony says he was dollar store DNA. You're damn right. You're daggone right. We're like twins that I know. Oh, so Gio says, I know I do. You have that vengeful side. There's a side of you that wants to get even with people, right? But I like to help out. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. In the comedy days, and I'll start doing comedy again, but in the comedy days, there were people that I helped out that don't even know that I helped them out. They have no idea. And I wouldn't even tell them anyway. Right? We're doing shows. Guy was trying to audition for a place that he wanted to get into. I was already into the place, already done a bunch of successful shows at the place. And comics, though, I mean, even if you're friends, you don't necessarily tell everybody every place that you go to. Just, you don't, because who cares, right? So he wants to go into this place. And I know he wants this gig badly. I know he wants it. Okay. So what I decide to do is I make a phone call for him. I call the place. I called the guy up. Hey, what's going on, ass? Yeah, there's a guy named Keith. He's going to be calling you in about a week. Just book him, man. Oh, mama, should I watch a tape? No, you don't need to watch a tape, but he opened for me before. He's good. Don't worry about it. And I didn't even bother telling the dude, right? He calls the place up, gets the gig, calls me. Hey, it's Anthony, man. I finally got into that club. It's great. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't tell him. Because you don't necessarily have to tell the people when you're helping them out. You just do that thing. You try to pay it forward. That's what I try to do. But there's that evil side to all of us. There's that evil side. Gio says, yes, do it from the heart. But there's an evil side to all of us. Even if we don't act on it, there's an evil side to all of us. You don't think, and I'll put it to you this way. What's the worst thing you wanted to do to somebody when they cheated on you? I'm not saying the worst thing you did do, but what is the worst thing you wanted to do to someone when they cheated on you? Come on, type it out. You know what I'm talking about. Giamero says, but I didn't, LOL. And she says, kill them. Okay, that's a little worse than I thought. I was thinking something like locking them out. So I just want to remind myself never to get on Gio Merrill's bad side. She went straight to kill them. She goes, LOL, nah, I don't want to go to prison. I know you were just kidding. But if you're in traffic, it's the same thing. Oh, then bring them back to life. Oh, what is this, a magic show? No. You're living in it's a magic show. But that's the thing I was trying to figure out. LOL, that was my fantasy, she says. But I've tried my best to not be that type of person. Because I've been in situations before. Like I said, I had a girl cheat on me. And I told you about this last week. I had a girl cheat on me where she literally had my stationery with my picture on it. And she was practicing a love letter to the dude she was cheating with. Practicing a love letter while looking at a picture of my face. Now, I was a teenager at the time, But it's amazing how those things kind of stick with you. And back then, man, I wanted to go to this guy's house and I wanted to smack him around and beat him up and chop him and kick him and chop him. But like you said, I didn't want to go to jail. Right? But it's weird now because as it turns out, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to turn 52. And you start to think a little bit differently about things when you get a little bit older. You start to think about things, the consequences of things that are going to happen. Why, thank you. You think about the consequences of things. Thank you, Gio. You think about the consequences of your actions when you get a little older, right? Because if you turn on the news right now, and what do you see all the time? Every time you turn on the news, the first thing you see is 75 people were shot at a house party. Somebody was shot driving down the road, shot. Traffic fatalities, shot. People beat each other's ass in a ballroom brawls. People stabbed and shot and killed. I've been in bar fights. I didn't start the bar fight. Okay, I did not start the bar fight. No. The bar fight started someplace else and it kind of moved towards us like a wave, like a tsunami, right? It's almost like you could see the ass whipping coming. You see, you watch one of those poltergeist movies where you're sitting there and, the spirit or whatever kind of demonic spirit is coming out and chairs start flying up in the air and you start to literally see chairs and tables being tossed in the air as they head towards you. And like I said, you can actually see the ass whip coming in your direction and you realize you got to get out. And so as an older person, that's what life is like for you. You can see the ass whippings of life coming toward you the same way that bar fight was coming toward me when I was in my 20s, and I knew I had to get out of the way, right? When you get older, all of a sudden, Gio Mara was telling me about some relationships last time, about how sometimes, and Anthony, are you married? Are you married, Anthony? Let's see if Anthony types that in. Was. Ooh. So you'll understand what I'm talking about. Once you had your heart ripped out, or you've been cheated on, or something broke up or something like that, when you get a little older, all of a sudden, there's information in your mental computer that didn't exist when you were 22 years old or 23 years old or 19 years old. Because that's all we are computers in the first place, right? And the more we live, the more programs get added onto the computer. Just like an old computer, if you add on too many programs, the damn thing crashes and slows down. And you got to be careful what kind of things you put in the computer because you don't want to get any damn viruses, if you understand what I'm saying. But how long does it take you now when you meet somebody new? How long does it take you now to decide that's the right person or it's not the right person? How long does it take you guys? It only takes me a couple of minutes. Gio says, shaking my head, too young to answer, 29. Yes. And Anthony goes, one conversation. I'm telling you right now, see, the thing about it, Gio, is you're 29. You're about to hit the big 3-0. You will be surprised. It's almost like the information comes to you. It's almost like the information comes to you like a gift in the mail, right? Because when you're 29, you still care what people think. Right? As soon as you get 30, you start caring a little bit less about what people think. You go, really? Oh, I wonder what I look like in this outfit. I hope they like me, right? Now, Anthony, I don't want to get too personal because I don't know, I don't know how people. Do you feel comfortable saying how old you are? Because like I said, I'm 52, Gio's 29. Because 57, okay, you're an old bastard like me. So the thing is, it is for you, Gio. When you turn 20, when you get 30, you care, but you kind of watch people a little bit. You kind of care, but you kind of don't, but you still care. Not old, just seasoned. I'm starting to like you more every day, Gio. I really am starting to like you more every day. At 29, See, at 29, and you're heading towards 30, you have already realized how nice it is to lie to old people. She says, thank my grandma. She told me that. You could have said I wasn't lying. You should see, if you were older, you would have known to play along with that and say you meant it. Anthony, this is what I'm talking about. But when you get to about 40 years old, and I found this out, it's really weird, because when you get to 40 years old, you stop caring as much, right? If you notice, like when the old guy with the big stomach, when he's like 50 years old, when you're like 50 years old, he's like, I ain't trying to impress anybody. I'm 50. What the hell? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? LOL, that's my husband. Your husband? He's 49. Oh, crap. Your husband's 49. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's about to hit the big 5-0. Now, I don't know if he's in great shape and he's one of those old guys that still got the 6-packs, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times she goes, no, with a bunch of O's. All right. That just means he's not listening tonight. But the thing is, when you get to, because think about it, we've all seen our grandfather, he's got hair on his chest. His pecs look like he's holding balloons in them. His stomach looks like he's holding a bowling ball in it. And he couldn't care less. He doesn't care. It doesn't bother him at all, right? When I was 20 years old and I gained a couple of pounds, I didn't want to go outside. I had 27 shirts on, right? I was thinking about putting an ace bandage around my stomach. Hey man, my 6-pack's gone, man. Give me some ace bandage, bro. Right? Because I was watching the football game, and I was looking at those guys when they get older, the football players, when they get older, like we watch a football game and we see them get hit. And we always, that's a good hit. Look at that good hit. Look at that good strong hit. He gave the quarterback a good hit. Got him, hit him, good him. But the thing is, we keep forgetting that when those guys get a little bit older, all of a sudden, man, they turn into crap. Right? I'm 52 years old. I can still run around with my grandniece and my grandnephew. I can still do it. They're 5 and 6 and 7 years old. I can run them down. Granted, it's a little tiring because now whenever my grandnephew shows up, he wants to play a game where he freeze raise me. And if he freeze raise me and I have to freeze in position and my leg happens to be in the air, I kind of got to stay that way for a while. And he's old enough and smart enough to realize I'm going to torture my granduncle by not unfreezing him while he's in this really, really awkward position. So I don't know why he's doing that. Okay, I do know why he's doing that. He's a young person. He wants trying to kill me. That's what this whole situation. But I watch these guys and they can't move around. And I feel guilty watching it because, when they take these big hits, they, when they're my age, some of these guys can't bend their arms. They can't bend their legs. Some of these guys have these different problems. And I feel lucky to be this age and be able to move around and be able to do all the things that I'm doing right now. I don't know about you, Anthony. I don't know. Wait a minute. You fence. Anthony, you a sports guy, right? Don't you do like basketball or some crap like that? Okay. So you keep yourself in pretty good shape? Fencing. Oh, good Lord. I don't even know if I want to say I don't even know if I want to say anything to offend you. Gio Mero is fantasizing about croaking people, and you got the guy here who walks around with swords all day. I don't know. I got a violent audience. An audience with weapons. Gio says, I try to do 30 to 45 minutes, 5 days a week. Oh, well, excuse me, youngster. Getting started now. And Anthony goes, armed. That's the thing I never understood about the whole situation. When people work out, because you guys obviously both work out. I mean, what is the correct number of days a week to even do that in the first place? Because when you get older, you can't necessarily You can't do it every day. I don't know how often you guys work out. Two days a week? You mean fencing 2 days a week? Okay. Gia, what do you do for workout? Because you said 3 to 5 days a week. It's based on time or how strenuous. Oh. See, I was thinking about going back to the gym. But the only problem with that is when you go to the gym, people want you to actually use the machines. Dance, walk, cycle, strength training. Oh, man. Okay. That's interesting. See, that's the thing. I try to switch it up so I don't get bored. I think you're supposed to switch up every 3 or 4 weeks or something like that, or um, your muscles get used to it. You have to kind of switch it up, or your body gets used to the workouts. And Anthony goes, "I try not to get poked." Well, yeah, that's the thing I was always curious about, because Anthony fences. Yeah, intensify. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, see, the thing is, I have to lose the rest of this weight, and it's a weird thing, because when you get older, you try to figure out how to get yourself in shape without damaging yourself. Because a lot of times, I remember I was watching one of those infomercials for some workout equipment, and everybody in the commercial, and I know those commercials is that, do you try chair workouts? I have ankle issues and I do them when my ankles feel weak. No, I don't have any. I don't really have any kind of. I mean, the only kind of hindrance I have, the only problem I have physically, is my left shoulder. That's it, and that's more of an acute injury than anything else. Not having green chair workouts. They are low impact. Okay. And I know what I'm thinking about doing is hitting the yoga. Getting a little yoga action going on there, maybe a little Pilates. Fencing is a lot like boxing, which is the best, but can be damaging. Fencing is protected. Yes. Gio hit you with a yes. Fencing is a lot like boxing. You know what? I actually have a heavy bag. I have a heavy bag. It's actually right on the other side of this office. And Doss into the live studio. Hey, what's going on? Yeah. We're doing what's going on, Doss. They're basically trying to figure out how to get me back in shape. That's what you stepped in on. They got a couple of people who are in shape trying to figure out how to get me back in shape. Now if you came in, hopefully you came in with some good with some good workout information. Hey Toss, what's going on? Parks Media Group into the live studio. And so it's really weird. PMG is my father. Really? PMG is your father? Coolness. Maybe I can get the whole family in here. Oh, you invited them. Cool. Maybe we can get the whole family in and get me back in shape so I'm not a big, huge mess. She spelled DOS wrong. Oh, you forgot the exclamation point on DOS. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're trying to keep it informal in here. So maybe sometimes we'll take the exclamation points off and we'll go back to that. But what I want to, what I'm trying to figure out is when you were doing the workouts, yeah. Toss is playing around. How come I'm trying to read at the same time as I'm doing something else with the computer. Sorry about that if I sound a little dopey. Now, because earlier in the show I was talking about paying it forward, and it looks like the people that are listening to the episode here are trying to pay it forward to me by getting me back in some semblance of shape. It's really weird because I turned 52 in a few days. Now, it's weird. Now, are you guys all working out? Are you guys all workout bunnies? You got a bunch of gym rats in here? Because so far, what I've seen is I got a bunch of gym rats up in here. And oh, if anybody wants to call in, you can. That says, try meth. That should work. You know what? Surprisingly enough, I don't really want to lose weight that quickly. And also, I like keeping my teeth. So I'm going to have to stay. I'm going to have to back up off the meth when it comes to weight loss. And Dawes goes, wussy, hey, man. It's really weird. It's just a weird thing. I mean, it's weird because when you say this, I used to live in California, or noses, it's snore that they say. I used to live in California, and when I lived out there, and as I traveled across the country, I would see the people who took meth, and I always wondered who was. I mean, I know that people have problems, and I've had some tough times before. I get it. I understand. I get it. But I can't look at somebody that took meth and go, yeah, I needs me some of that. I have never seen a positive meth story. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. You know what I mean? you know, it's just a weird thing because I want to go back to the gym, but some of these gym memberships are expensive as crap, man. I don't even know what I don't know what gyms do you guys go to because I'm in New Jersey. I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in New Jersey. Recommend a good gym, someplace good to work out. Home gym. You know what? I have stuff here. And the funny thing about it is I got kettlebells here, but for some reason, it's just like when you work from home and everybody knows you're working from home. And for some reason, you live in a rural area, so gyms are higher prices. It's like when you work from home, and Das says Jim Kata. When you work from home, people, even though they know you're working, they will still call you because you're home. There's something about being home that just takes everything that's important and just kind of pushes it down. You know, like, there's a stationary bike over there. I'm not going to use it. Oh, there's a heavy bag over there. I'm not going to do it. Right? But if somehow you put down the $50 a month or whatever the hell it costs to go to the gym, all of a sudden, sometimes people will actually use the equipment because they don't want to feel like dopes by spending the money. And you know what the funny thing is also about the gym? If you spend the $50 a month on the gym, if you really think about it, the people that the gym actually make the most money on or have the most fun with, or the best people for the gym itself, are the people that pay $50 a month and then don't work out. Is it Gilkey Beldner Sports Show? Hey, what's going on? They don't work out because if they don't work out, it's like your credit card companies. It's like your credit card companies. Hey, what's going on there, buddy? It's like your credit cards company. Your credit card company gives you a hard time all the time. You know, they want you to pay every month. But if you really think about it, who do the credit card companies make more money off of? The person that pays every month or the person that misses a couple months and owes them $70 a year? If I'm the credit card company, I hope you miss a couple of months. You know, Das asks, am I married? As a matter of fact, no. I've lived with women before. And if you had popped in earlier, you would know the story of a couple of people that I've actually been in relationships before. I'm 52 years old. I don't know if I'm ever going to get married. You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. It's I just can't. I mean, the whole concept of marrying someone, the level of trust. Oh, is it then my next suggestion is useless? That's what Dad says. So the whole idea of, I mean, who's married here? Of all the people that are here, who's actually married? It says if I haven't married before 50, then you don't have to. That's what. Oh, GB hits me with that. I'll be honest with you. Yes. I mean, once you get to a certain age, I just can't. I can't do it. It's a typo. I got the point. I mean, after you get to a certain age, it's like, why would I want to get married at all? You know, this doesn't even make any sense, man. It's like, once you get to about 40 years old, you are so set in your damn ways. It's just really hard to just because you get used to living by yourself, and if somebody else is living with you, everything they do just annoys you. See, GB says I'm 33 and I'm I'm on that page too. You understand what I'm saying? Do you live by yourself? Do you live by yourself? Let's see. Yeah, man. Okay. So you're 33 years old and you live by yourself. When you live by yourself, come on, man. You know where everything in your house is. When you put something down on a table and you go back to it, it's where you put it. You can wake up whenever the hell you want to, turn on the television. You don't have anybody annoying you talking about, I don't want to watch that now. Right? Right? And Don says, I was going to suggest getting it on with your wife once a day for a workout. So that's the suggestion you were talking about. I knew it. Gio goes, that's why we got phones. Watch TV on there. Man, well, that's because you got 29-year-old eyes. I mean, I got good vision, but I am not staring at no damn phone watching a TV program. I got a TV on my wall that's huge. Tablet? Hell no. I think that's the thing that always cracks me up. See, he's single, not a nun. Now, there's no way in the world I would ever watch. Wait a second. Parks Media Group. How old are you? How old are you, if you're still there? I'm curious now. I'm curious. Yeah. 57. Okay, so half of us are old bastards and half of us are young. Now, for my 50 pluses, and Dawes says I'm 75. Somehow I'm feeling that's not true. The irony. I'm just saying is like I can't watch. The laptop I'm looking at right now during this recording is a 15-inch screen, a 15.6-inch screen. That's as small a screen as I'm ever going to look at. I use my phone. I do social media, but watching the television, I got Netflix on my phone. Only reason I have Netflix on my phone basically is so I can find out what new shows are coming out so I can watch them on the television. Gio says, Das types good for 75. Because I don't know. I mean, do you live by yourself, Gio? Or do you live with other people? I don't care. You don't have to say who you're living with because that's your business. But that's what you're married. Oh my God. So you are not living with someone else. So do you have fights about the television? There's no way in the world you and your husband watch the same shows. Absolutely no way you watch the same shows. Impossible. There's no way you watch the same shows. Nope, I don't watch TV that, okay. You watch some of the same shows as your husband. That is fantastic. Because every girl I've ever been with, the ones that I live with, the only time we ever watched anything together was movies. My parents found a solution. Okay, what's the solution? That's what I'm curious. Multiple TVs. That is the perfect solution. And Gio goes, I don't like movies. They're too long. Short attention span. Well, hey, look, you don't have, if you're like me, this is, of course not women have terrible choices in movies and shows. Das is dissing the ladies. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, you don't have to watch the whole movies at the same time. Tawa entered the live studio. Hello, because you don't have one. Isn't that kind of a weird thing? There's so many programs on TV now that literally you'll have a husband watching a television program in one room. You'll have a wife watching the television program in another room. You'll have the kids watching television in another room, and nobody's talking to each other. And nobody's talking to each other. They're all watching different programs, because I watch sports, and every girl that I went with was like, hell no, I'm not watching that. Right? They're texting. Yeah. I had, you know what the funny thing is about the really young ones? Same with the phones, Anthony says. Parks Media Group says they're texting. You know what's so funny about the young ones? I had two of my cousins over at the house, and they were staying with me for a while. And basically, they're literally sitting next to each other, texting each other on the same couch. They were literally texting each other on the same couch. And I'm going, and I sat between them. I'm going, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But you don't understand, Cousin S. We just got these phones. It's the new phones. And we like to test the phones and try the phone. So all you had to do, if you read the text that you were typing out, she would have heard what you said. And Gio goes, they were telling secrets. I know they were telling secrets. You know what the funny thing about it was? I have you know what Periscope is? You guys have heard of Periscope? Okay, Periscope is the streaming app for Twitter. So when you live stream, that's their streaming app. So when you live stream on Twitter, when Periscope first came out, they had the location was defaulted to on. It was defaulted to on, which means if you actually started to stream, it would be showing where you are. You could literally zoom out. There was a map that was on the screen, and you could see to the house where the person was streaming from. So you'd be able to see the cross streets at the corner. You see a red dot over their house, which means I'm sitting between two dopes who are now periscoping from my house. And I go and I look, I'm going, the dot was over my house. So if they had said something weird or said something untoward or had ticked somebody off, they would have been long gone. And I would have been on the porch getting my ass beat going, what the hell is this? I didn't say anything. Why are you guys whipping my ass? I didn't do anything. What the hell's, why is everybody, what the hell's going on here? I'm like, why are you kicking my ass? I didn't say anything. It was the teenagers. The teenagers said something. It's the consequences of these kind of things, So it's just a weird thing. I've never. Is any of you guys ever used the streaming apps or anything like that? They have that lazy. Yeah, they're lazy. They'll sit on the couch and do nothing. They'll literally sit on the couch and do nothing, and stream away. And I can't take it anymore. It's really weird because when you get older, you remember the things that you had to do to make money and the things you did for fun. You went out and you played in the park, you played sports, you know what I'm saying? You got a job when you were 15 years old, you put your McDonald's outfit on and your friends came in and begged you for food. And it was always, and then hey man, give me get a couple of cheeseburgers, man. Let me get a couple of cheeseburgers. You've been working at the job like 3 days and they think that you're a manager and you can just hand them food like that. Right? So I just did, and it's just, I had relatives actually literally walk from my house like 15 blocks because I had another relative that worked at the McDonald's and they would come back with these big bags of food. I never went there. I had relatives that managed fast food places, and I refused to go in because I didn't want to be one of those dudes that walks in. My nephew's the manager here, and maybe before you ring up that bill, maybe you could go in the back and tell him Uncle S is here. Maybe you could do that. Mm-hmm. I just, I couldn't do it. I had a cousin that worked one of those places, and if I tried to go in there when she wasn't there, because she would force food on me. Loudly force food on me. I mean, like loud. Wait a second! Is that my cousin S. Anthony? You better not charge him a damn thing! Don't you charge him nothing! Okay, girl, I just wanted 3 cookies. No! You are not just taking 3 cookies. This is my cousin S. Anthony, and he's gonna take what he wants. Give him 6 Big Macs, 6 sodas, and 15 fries, and 80 cookies, and take it. I really don't want that. I don't care what you want. Take it. It's like embarrassing people in line looking at me like, wow, man, he must be really on hard times if his cousin is forcing him to take food. He must be really on hard times. Hey, brother, don't worry about it, brother. We all have hard times sometimes, and you should really let your relatives help you out with the food, man. I mean, here's a couple of bucks. I'm going, dude, I just came in for a cookie. I don't need. People in line were looking at me like because it looked like I was asking her for food when I was literally trying to not give me extra food because I didn't want it. And then maybe there was somebody else that could use it. But they're all looking at me like, yeah, man, that's really, yeah, man, when the hard times come, bro, don't be ashamed, bro. It's just, you need some money for the bus or something, bro, because I know that there's a hard times. I drove here in a Toyota Camry. I'm all right. I got a car. I own the car. I don't need to stop trying to hand me money. It's like the most embarrassing thing in the world. Like, stop trying to hand me money. Come on, man. Right? But there are times when people are trying to get money from you. They're trying to milk money out of you. I don't know if I guess I'm sure you can all relate to that. When people are basically trying to get money from you for things that are just stupid. You go to a place and every time you go from one place to another, like when you go on an airplane, everything costs another $5. Everything costs another $10. Would you like a glass of water? Oh, yes, I like a glass of water. That'll be $4. Oh, okay. Would you like ice in the water? Yes, that'll be another $1. Oh, okay. Would you like to be able to drink the water? Yes, that'll also be another $1. Oh. Would you like to swallow the water? Yes, I would like to swallow. That'll be another $1. Would you like to wipe your mouth with a napkin because you spilled some of the water? It'll be another $1. Everybody wants money from me. I illustrate that and I say this because I went to park my car earlier today. And you remember how they used to have the parking meters where you would just put the quarters in? Just kind of put the quarters in. Everything's cool. Put the quarters in. You come back later on, now it's a kiosk. And now they want dollar bills. I go to park my car this time. It's a kiosk. And now what they do is they charge you by your license plate. You have to type in your license plate into the kiosk parking meter. The kiosk parking meter is run by the Transportation Authority, which means when you type in your license plate into the parking meter, it checks to see whether or not you have any tickets first. Think about that. So if you have a ticket, you can't park now, and it costs $2.50 for an hour. And I was always annoyed by people that are always trying to get more money out of it. Yeah, Big Brother, exactly. I'm sitting there going, because it was like the parking authority checks your license. Now I don't have any tickets, but what if I did? I mean, am I going to put my license plate in a bunch of because the kiosk is kind of thick. It's kind of like it's almost like a telephone booth. And I'm just wondering if somebody puts in their license plate and they actually owe some money, if like 6 dudes with bats are going to come out and kick the crap out of you. Right? You know what I mean? Hey, man, I better not put my license plate in here. And then 8 dudes, hey, man, you owe the city $75. Come on, man, I can't pay it now. I ain't trying to hear that crap. You ain't getting the parking spot and you getting this ass whooping because you owe the city $55. Please come over here and hit him some more. Get your ass back. Get back here. You can get your ass. Take his car. Take his car. It's like, you realize when you go to park someplace, you go to go shopping, you just got the slapping hands. Parks Media Group has the pimp in the streets. Yeah. You get to the situation where you try to figure out exactly what the hell's going on. You have to, remember when you would have to go someplace, like say, it's like if you have that friend that always borrows money whenever they hang out with you, you have that, when they come, they're the one that, is always going to be a little short when it comes to divvying up the bill when they got money. Or the second if you see their name on the ID, on the phone ID, damn well if you pick that phone up, it's going to cost you $20. Hey man, what's going on, man? Everything cool? Yeah, man. It's one of just wanted to check in on you, man. Make sure everything was cool. We haven't talked in a while. Everything's good with the family. Mom's good, and dad's good. Everything's good. Yeah, man. How the comedy thing going? Comedy thing going good? Yeah. Podcast going good too? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, man. We've been friends for a long time. You know what I mean? And I think that I just wanted to check in on you and see if everything was cool because I haven't talked to you in a while and all that kind of thing. Yeah, man. It's getting kind of rough on my end a little bit. My boss is riding me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I got this thing I got to take care of. I got a thing I got to take care of, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost me like $20 to take care of this thing, It's a little rough, it's $20, you know what I'm saying? Because it's $20, you know what I mean? But I'm running a little short right now, you know what I mean? I'm actually outside your house right now. And I was wondering, since I'm already outside, hold on, I'm actually at the door right now. I was just wondering if you got that $20 on you because I'm actually outside standing on your porch right now. This is $20. Because we all have that friend. I know I do. The second you hear that voice, it's $20. I had a girlfriend. Gio goes, glad I don't. Give it time. You're only 29. You just haven't, because you live in a rural area. You don't have as many deadbeats hanging around you as I do. And then most of my friends are cool, but there's the friend. There's always the friend that needs to borrow some money from you. And or the guy that is sitting at the table where everybody's divvying up the bill and he got to go to the bathroom, right when the bill's coming. You know what I mean? And then everybody's like, oh, I'll throw in some money for Frank. He'll give it back to us when he gets out of the bathroom. No, he's not. He's not going to give it back to you when you get out of the bathroom. He's going to come out. He's going to pat all four of his pockets as if he ever had anything in it. Oh, man, I forgot my wallet because, yeah, man, I was in such a hurry to hang out with you guys that I forgot my wallet. Speaking of which, I can't really go with y'all to the next place because that will also cost money. So I was wondering if one of you guys could spot me $20 so I could catch a cab home. I need $20. You should probably, let's be honest, I always need $20. Okay, so why don't you guys, there's like 10 of y'all at the table. How come everybody, why don't y'all all just cash at me $10, $2 each weekly to save me the trouble of having to call all of you and breaking one of y'all down to give me the $20? That's what I'm talking about. So, folks, I just want to thank you. I'm going to stop this here. I'm going to be here on Monday nights. I loved talking to you. I want to thank you guys for interacting and hanging out with me. I'm going to try to be here Mondays at 10 on a regular basis. I hope to see you all. Gio, thank you for coming back. It was a pleasure talking to you as always. Parks Media Group, thank you. Anthony, thank you. Everybody that was here, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are the best. And it was really a pleasure talking to you. And I will see you again next week, my friends. Hope to see you next Monday at 10. Hey, take care. Much love to you.